hope everybody's having a great day today. I wanted to take a moment and talk about confiscation of firearms. I'm going to talk about Illinois specifically, but I think this kind of resembles what confiscation might look like nationally. And I made a video on this a few months ago regarding the how will they know if you have certain guns? So I'm just going to kind of talk about Illinois and then we'll apply it to nationally. So right now in Illinois, there's a small percentage of people who have registered their firearms and their firearm accessories, but a vast majority, about 99% of people have not in that state, is an estimate. So I think there's different levels on what they'll do and when they'll do it. And I am certain that they will use some sort of a shooting in Illinois. The next time there's a shooting, they'll use that to do some sort of emergency confiscation, and they'll immediately know the people that have their guns registered, so they know you will write it down. Now, the people that did not register, it's real easy for them to find out, and they've already talked openly about how they would do this. Is they would work with the federal government, the ATF, which will be something that the ATF and the current administration will go along with easily. And they'll just connect with distributors, gun distributors, that distribute to the state of Illinois. And they'll go back 1 year, 2 year, 5 years, and they'll say, all right, where did you sell all these guns to? And then they'll go to those gun stores and they'll say, who bought these guns? And then they'll go to you. If you bought your gun in Illinois, that's how they just do a reverse trace. And by the way, the ATF is extremely efficient at reverse tracing. Extremely efficient. And it won't really be hard to confiscate it from you because they'll declare you to be a felon. So it's really all they got to do is go arrest you because you didn't register your gun like they told you to. And that's how I believe it would play out. Now, on a national scale, just a bit much larger scope of things. But ultimately, if they want to know if you have an AR, they're gonna find out unless you happen to buy it from, some guy at a gun show or a neighbor who was selling his. But if you bought it at a gun store in Illinois, they will know that you have that gun simply by doing a reverse trace, which the ATF is extremely good at. And then they just could go about arresting people one at a time. How long will this take, or will they do this? I don't know. I doubt they will. But I just want you to know what that might look like realistically, because these are things they're already talking about. And I talked about reverse tracing back in December really November, when I first said, hey, you folks in Illinois, just know all they have to do is go to the distributors, which I'm sure there's only a handful of distributors that distribute in Illinois. And then they go to the gun stores that they reported with the serial numbers, and they go one by one. And then that leads to your home and address. So any thoughts or insight on this? I don't have any idea whether they are going to do this or not. If I had to put money on it, which I'm not a gambling man, but if I was, I would put it on that they're not going to do that the Supreme Court will intervene at some point. Hopefully. We'll see. But that's kind of where we're at. Any thoughts or insight you might have on this, definitely put that below. I do want to take a moment and say most people watch this channel, they're not subscribers. Click that subscribe button. It greatly increases the algorithm and our ability to get these messages out. That link is below. But most important part of this channel, we take prayer requests. So never, ever hesitate to send that in. Thank you for watching this episode of God, Family, Guns. And as always, love God, love your family, love guns.